time to dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video, making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It is Saturday, and Saturday is the day I attend an in-person WW workshop in Turnersville, New Jersey, with the lovely Marianne. And I bring you the topic du jour for your listening pleasure. With my little bit, most times they get it right, but there's always a few things that I would do different based on my years of attending workshops. How'd your weigh-in go, D? I had a week. I had a refrigerator issue. We had to get a new refrigerator, and, getting appliances these days isn't as easy as it used to be. So we had to wait about 4 days to get my refrigerator. So life was a little bit stressful around here, but I had a good week. I had a great week, actually, for me. So when I stepped on the scale, I was rewarded with a 2.8 gain. You heard that right, a gain. Crazy. I know. I was like, got off, got on again. Is the battery going low? Because sometimes, when your battery starts to go and your scale starts to get wonky or blinks a bit, you always know when the scale, the battery's going. I'm like, no, this battery's fine. Yeah. Did I earn that 2.8 gain? Here's the thing. I had a good week. I'm not going to sit here and try to say, well, I had no refrigerator, honestly, I had a good week. You have food. Food is food. Calories are calories. You don't sit there and say, well, because I have it here, I have it. It is food. I had a good week. I can't tell you why that scale said that. Again. And we had a big discussion on this at the meeting about, non-scale victories, and when the scale doesn't give you what you want, of course, you always choose to talk to me. And I always say, it takes a long time to get to this where, you've done the best week you could. Is there a rhyme or reason why the scale says that? No. Weight, look this up in the dictionary, is a variable, which means it could be different anytime. It varies. And that's why, you're made of fluids and stuff like that. So it definitely can vary. It's not always going to be the same. So I don't feel like it could be up, but I don't think it's up. Well, let's call it 3 pounds, because 2.8, it's 3 pounds in my book. Do I think I earned a 3-pound gain? No. I had 2 good weeks, 2 good losses. Remember, at my weight, I don't lose every week. Unless I starved myself. But I ain't going to lose every week. This is not in the cards for me. When I was 100 pounds heavier, yeah, there was losses pretty much consistently. But not now. So I'm just a little bit shocked, But you know what? I try myself. What am I going to do? What can I do? Nothing. It says what it says at the time I get weighed. I just take it on a chin, and I just move on. Is that hard? Sometimes. Do you want to go home and just say, well, I might as well eat what I want because the scale gave me that? I used to do that. I did. But then that just sets me back for the following week. We don't want to start our week on the, out of the zone. We got to be in the markers. So I, came home, and today I was looking so forward to breakfast because not having a refrigerator, I didn't have milk. We had a cooler, so we only kept certain things, and milk was not one of them. I haven't had overnight oats all week. I've been craving them because I usually have them on Mondays, but I couldn't. I made it last night. I had it this morning. Oh my gosh, did I enjoy every morsel of that? I look so forward to that breakfast. Let's get to the topic because I could just Google about my breakfast all morning. What happens to my body when I lose weight? I don't know. I haven't lost weight. I have. Oh, by Weight Watchers. Usually the weekly technique is usually by, a few different people. Well, same by Weight Watchers. I guess they're not getting their due. Maybe they got laid off. I hope not. The number on the scale only tells part of the story. True. Let us fill in the blanks. From the science team, of my science team, as you make healthy changes and begin to lose weight, you may start to feel generally better, mentally and physically, within a few weeks. Research then pinpoints even more benefits associated with losing 5 to 10% of your body weight. Oh my goodness! Including improved mood and sleep. It can feel easier to get around, lowering blood sugar, A1C, cholesterol, and less joint pain. decreased risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and hypertension. Use these and other non-scale victories as inspiration to keep healthy behaviors and stay on track. What they're saying is that was my science voice, not my Amy's human voice. That was my science voice. Though she does a really good impression of me. Is saying you're not going to see weight losses every week. You're not. And what else can we look for besides weight loss? And it's improved sleep, feeling easier, more mobility, lower A1Cs, lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, joints feel better, decreased risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes. So there's a lot of things that go into weight loss other than the number on the scale. But we as humans look for that number. That is our pat on the back saying, hey, you did what you needed to do. Here's your reward. Well, that only lasts for so long. I'm going to be honest with you, that only lasts for so long. Then that reward is out the window. Then we have to look for other things like these that, hey, yeah, I went for my doctor's checkup. My blood tests were all great. He's reducing my medication. He's happy. My insulin, I can go do less. And, things like that. Especially if you're diabetic. Some people are diabetic not because of their weight, but some people are. So sometimes it doesn't always help all the diabetics. So why I scrolled into that. But we have to think of non-scale victories. Sometimes keeping an article of clothing that was tight and keep trying it on to see if we can get it to fit is always one fun thing. And like I said, mobility is huge with a lot of us. A lot of us can't walk, can't move. Are you mobile? Are you sleeping better? I couldn't sleep flat for a long time. Reflux, CPAP. Sleep apnea, but now I can sleep flat. And it feels weird to sleep flat because when you haven't slept flat for so long, it's like, this is weird, but it's good in everything. Try this. List 3 things that have changed in the last month or so. Your clothes fitting better, starting a new activity or routine. I feel less stressed and irritable. Like you're able to do a little bit of walking. You're able to, get more movement. And like for me, it was like going up and down the steps, getting things in the downstairs pantry. I would send the boys, but you know what? Eventually I'm like, I can do this. I can climb on that chair and get that thing off the shelf. I don't have to ask for help. You'll see you're much more independent of other people. Register the full impact of each. Is getting dressed easier, like putting on socks? How many of us can't put on socks and shoes because our bellies are in the way? That's a huge thing. When your belly gets smaller, you get to see your feet again. I haven't seen my feet, didn't see my feet for a while, but it's like, yeah, it's like being pregnant. You couldn't see your feet. Do you have more energy to play with your kids or grandkids? Recognize your efforts. Think back to when your journey felt tough and how you got through it. Somebody read a quote from Weight Watchers today. Losing weight is hard. Being overweight is hard. Choose your hard. What hard do you want to deal with? Do you want to deal with the fact that you're trying to lose weight or that you're very extremely overweight? There's nothing easy. There's nothing easy. I wish I could sit there and tell you and say, oh, it gets easier. Sometimes doing this, it gets a little bit tougher because, you're realizing you're in it for the long haul. You're in it for the lifestyle. You're not in it for the diet. Like, oh, diets begin, diets end. Lifestyle is continuous. And that's why I always say, make small changes. Don't sit there and try to do everything at once because you're in this for the long haul and how you can adapt these principles into your everyday life. Reflect on the bigger picture. How do you feel celebrating these non-scale victories? How is it different from focusing only on the scale? This scale does not give us what we want every week. And if people say it does, they're lying because it doesn't. It is something that you have to look beyond the scale. And Weight Watchers used to have a plan called Beyond the Scale for that reason. The numbers are paralyzing. We get focused on the numbers. Does the number I got today reflect my effort all week? No. This is a perfect time to gain weight because seriously, I knew my week was good. Did I deserve a 3-pound gain? I didn't. And if I wasn't a person who knew that your weight fluctuates, and guess what? And even the leader said this today, it is normal for weight to go up and down. It's not normal to keep losing. It's normal to go like this. especially at the weight that we're at. Like if you're heavier, it's a little bit different. You should expect to pretty much lose every week for a while. But then when you level off to a more, when you get to the word overweight, like I feel like there's morbidly obese, obese, overweight. And when you get to like overweight, we still probably have to lose about 20 pounds, 25 pounds. It definitely goes like this. Now, when you're morbidly obese and obese, yeah, you're going to, if you're on plan, you will see little losses every week. That's the nature of the beast. But you get to a point where that stops. And what do you do when that stops? Because it's going to. I'm going to be the one to sit there and tell you, you're not going to lose every week. And it's okay. That's why you have a 2-pound window for Weight Watchers, because they know at any time you can go 2 pounds above that weight. There's a reason for that. Not because you've gained and you've overeaten. No, because sometimes your weight fluctuates at least 2 pounds. So always think you remember that. Don't always get us like, oh my gosh. Like, I didn't freak out today because, like I said, I knew my week was good. If I had had a bad week, but it's like, you did all you could. I couldn't do any more than I already did. My activity was back up to doing my glam squat every day. I had gotten away from it because of being sick. My foot's been bothering me, so I kind of pulled back on that. But this week I did, since we started March 1st, since the challenge to change, I wanted to add activity. I wanted to be more active, at least 15 minutes a day. So I thought, let's do glam squat. Let's really fight through it. And I have. I will say for the most part, my foot does still bother me, but it doesn't bother me during glam squat, which is weird. Like when I'm doing activity, it's fine. It's when I'm at rest. So you just got to keep hard. Yes, it is hard to keep on. It is. You want that pat on the back. I'm here to tell you, you don't always get it. Let's dive a little deeper, shall we? When you're on a weight loss journey, it's easy to become laser focused on the scale. Oh, it is. Sort of like a long car ride. You just want to get there already. But think about how much of a slog it is if you only care about the car moving. You miss out on the scenery, the rocking playlist, the fun pit stops, and the other stuff that makes it you want to keep going. Basically, enjoy the journey. We have to get our focus off the number. And here's the thing. If you weren't on this weight loss journey, you'd probably be this weight anyway. So just focus on these changes that you can make and make your life better. Make your health better. Same for weight loss. The scale is only one measurement of progress and success. Both you and your body experience so many other benefits. Those you can see and feel and those you cannot. Health changes like lower risk of heart disease. You don't always feel that. You don't feel you don't feel cholesterol going down. You don't. Blood sugar is one of those things you could feel because sometimes you feel when your blood sugar's up, there's a little bit of hyperness that goes with that. Zoom in on all those positive changes and ripple effect they have and celebrate how you made them happen. Doing so can help your journey feel more worthwhile. You face setbacks or plateaus and keep your gas tank full. So it's hard. So here's 3 fast facts that they gave. Losing weight can lead to both mental and physical benefits, including improved mood and sleep, lower blood sugar, A1C, cholesterol, and better mobility, and reducing risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and stroke. So those are your motivations. Yeah, you might not see that number on the scale, but you might see these, and they're honestly might be a bit more important health-wise. The scale will catch up. It will. And I know it will. You just have to keep doing your plan. And if you keep it lifestyle, you don't feel so, denied. Like when you're in that diet mode and you're not eating this, you're on that scale, you get pissed off because I didn't eat this and I didn't eat that. Sure, that's going to make you pissed off. If you might have had a little bit of this, a little bit of that, then maybe you wouldn't be so pissed off. You can't, like I said, everything is on the menu with this plan. You just have to weigh and measure it, fit it in, account for it. You have daily points, you have weekly points. Do not be afraid to use them. Please, 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 because let me tell you something. As a lifetime member, you're going to need them. And you go to use them way too late, you're going to be into difficulties. You're going to be eating 1,000 calories. Do you want to live your life on 1,000 calories? You don't. No, you want to be the 1,400 you're supposed to get. And that's what you have to do. Focus on eating good food. Eating food. counting for it, enjoying it, and living life, because there's no point in this if you can't live your life. You know, you're living. That's what one of the girls said today. She says, I have a different mindset because I'm not expecting it to come off in a certain amount of time. I'm living my life and I'm losing weight. It might not be in the time frame that I'm used to, but guess what? It's happening. Take away the time frame. We don't need to have a time frame. We're not going nowhere. You just do your journey because it's life. You just live life and then you lose weight in the process. So that is it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this topic du jour in my half-ass way-in. You know, you gotta laugh about it. If I don't look at it in a positive way, then it'll definitely affect me. But I didn't get this positive attitude overnight. Believe me, being on plan long enough, you see the big picture. You might not see it now when you would have a gain like that, but I see it because I've been through it. And we will just continue our plan, do our journey, track our food, and do our thing, because that's all we can do. What are we going to do? Starve all day? Am I going to sit there and go exercise? Run around the block for 5 times? Oh, you know, you get the... No, you just continue what you do. That's it, in a nutshell. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, join us here at Dish with D. We are slaying our poundages 1 pound at a time, because that's all we can do. So join us here. We go live here on this channel tomorrow night, Sunday. Please join us for the live Weight Watchers Chit Chat. We talk about our week. We talk about what's going on. We talk about what we can do better. And you're all invited to come. You just show up or blow up. That's what my leader always used to say. So come and join us. We'd love to have you. And join our Facebook group, Dish with D's Crew. Fantastic, supportive community. I cannot love them more. And you will love them too. They will fast become your friends. So if you're lacking in a little bit of core group, join us at Dish with D. Everything is linked in the description box below. So that is it for me. I will dish with you, don't know when, another day, but don't know when. Not sure about tomorrow. We'll see what tomorrow brings. But I will dish with you sometime this week. I'll be around. Have a great rest of your day and weekend.